Hi guys, if you're watching this video, you should have done the skills in Minecraft already where you have built some walls and got your little agent to kind of end up building loops within loops to create a tower kind of formation. If you haven't done that, you need to do that video kind of lesson first, because the assumption is you have done some of those basic skills and you know how to move the agent around, kind of teleport him, move him, place bricks, give him bricks, and all of those kind of skills. So make sure you're in the right place before you start the session, and if so, let's kind of cut to it and have a look. So from here I'm going to choose play. I'm going to choose a new world from template, block of grass, go, and let it load up. The objective of this session is to try and build filled kind of shapes instead of like outlines of shapes, which means we need to rethink the way in which we're doing things. So I'm just gonna show you what I mean by just drawing this manually in the game. So for example, what you had your guy doing was making something like this kind of shape. Like, so at the end of last lesson you did this, and then you got him repeating so that he would end up making kind of towers like so. And that was the purpose of that lesson, to you to build little towers. You may even got as far as editing the program to knock holes through like doors and kind of primitive buildings. In any case, what I'm after today is making the program so that our little guy will make filled squares. And you need to think about the program here on how it is going to place these bricks. So the easiest approach that I found is to think about starting, say this is the square that your agent may be above, is to either do them in line. I would do them in lines, so draw like a line of squares like that, kind of reverse to where you were, and then across, and then up again and down, and then cross and up and down, and cross up and down. And then you can see how you might repeat this in order to achieve it. So what I'm going to invite you to do straight away is to tackle this as a task. So if you would pause the video now, remember you need to press C in order to get the code window up. So when you press C, you'll get the code window like this. So if you just show you on mine, come on. If anyone's ever seen Knight Rider before, which is way beyond all your time, this is reminding me of Kit the car. And if you don't know that, you've missed out on some awesome programming of the olden days. I'm going to let that load. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause this feed and come back to you once it's all loaded, because I've got a slow connection right now. Okay, I put some new coal in it, and we're there. So this is where you'll have your previous programs, or the option to make a new program. So if I make a new program and call it, I'll call mine prog1, create, and then you get the normal window that you get with all the code in. Now you can have this window half size or full size. I prefer to work in a full size space because it just gives you more room. You can do this and have it on the side of the panel, which works as well, but like I say, I prefer full screen so I can see what's going on. Now as you can see, kind of over there somewhere, you can see all the little buttons on the left, and you've got things like player. So under player commands, you've got the where you might put the when I say this thing, do this, do these actions. You've also got common ones you might want to use as agent. So under the agent, you can see you've got the teleport at the top, which is really handy to have as a command. There's some movement options. We've also got the placement options of dropping down bricks, whether they be under you, above you, left or right, in front or behind. We've got destroying bricks here. These two are important, remember, from the previous lesson. This one will allow you to set a certain brick and give it to him in his inventory. And this one here will allow you to say, activate that slot. So do try and remember to use those as well in the right places. So I'm just going to get some basic commands set up that we all should need. So I would have the here command, so he can come to you wherever you are. and then I'm going to bring in the main square one, the one that's going to draw my filled square. Call it square, and you will want from here, you're going to want the give him some bricks, so assign one of those. You're going to want the set active slot to 1, so this means give him 64 bricks in slot 1 and make sure slot 1's activated. And I always like to make my agent lay bricks from above, so he's hovering above the surface that he's drawing on, so I tend to always move him at the start of the program into the air by 1 brick. Now that's a good starting point. Now if I go back to my program, remember what I'm after is I want to draw a solid filled block like the one you see there. So if I was to bring my agent down here by pressing T and typing here, because that's what I've told him to do, and come out of that, he's probably experiencing a bit of lag at the moment, so we'll just give him a sec to catch up. He will then pop down here, presumably, if he ever listens to what I've told him to do. Come here. There he is. And then he's ready to do those commands. I want you now to pause the video, and I want you to have a go at trying to make a solid square, a 5x5 square, 4x4 square. I don't mind how big it is. Pause now and have a go, please. Okay, if you've come back, you've had a go, and I'm going to go through some of the ways that you might solve this. So let me just check on my feeds. You've still got me? Yes, I believe so. Right, so let's get him doing what he needs to do. So let's bring this up. I would do, we're going to need repeats here. So let's say we're going to do a 4x4. So 4 times I want the agent to place under his feet. So place down. So that'll place a brick down underneath him. And I then want to go forward by 1. So this will mean he'll lay 4 bricks, one after the other in a straight line. If I then reverse him and go backwards 4, he'll end up on the square he started on. And then if I then make him strafe, which means to move sideways like a crab does, if I make him move right 1, so if I just move this here so you can see. So repeat 4 times, place something under your feet. Remember, he's already got his bricks. We sorted that out already. And then move forward 1. So he's going to put a brick down, move, put a brick down, move, put a brick down, move, put a brick down, move. He'll do that 4 times. Then he'll reverse 4 times to go back to where he started, and then he'll sidestep. Now I want to then do that 4 times. So all of this stuff I want to do 4 times in order to create the solid square. So that would make me 1 line and get ready for the next. So if I put that inside there, pop that over here, put it so you can see it all in one go. So give him some bricks, activate slot 1, move up into the air, then do 4 sets of, do a line of 4 bricks, reverse to where you started, move along, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. All right. So let's play that. Now my computer does tend to lag while I'm running the software that records this, so he might be a wee bit slow, but let's see how he gets on. Did I call it square? I believe I did. So let's give that a test. Right. Just give him a little while. He likes to think about these things. There he goes. 4 forward, reverse 4. Come on, mate. Yeah, there we go. 4. You can do it. We believe in you. Reverse 4. Yeah, right. So it's just chunking along, I'm afraid, because of the software that's running. And there we go. We have a completed square. If you haven't done that, pause the video now and make sure that you've managed to do that. Experiment by changing the numbers and making sure you understand how to make different sizes. So that is where we are there. Now I want to introduce the thought of a variable. So let's say you want to do a certain size of square. Just to remind you that you could use size as a variable under the variable command, and we could set size at the start to say 5, and then use the variable here and say size, and then size, and then when he reverses and goes back so many squares, so size. And now what we have is a slightly different square, because what this one will do is I can now decide how big the square is in this variable, and then I don't need to change anything else. It will always do that. Now in the next lesson I'll be showing you an even better way to do this using functions, but for today I just want you to understand the thought of a variable, because you're going to need to use variables for the next challenge I set you. So do pause the video now, have an opportunity to pause and reflect on making a variable and editing your program. So if I could just come back to my screen again. Do pause and have a go at that. But this is the main challenge of the lesson coming up now. So the main challenge is I want you to create a new command using a blue, you know, when I say this, and I want you to make one to make me a triangle. So if you can imagine, this is what a triangle looks like on the floor in Minecraft. And notice that in each case, what we've got is 1 brick, then 2, then 3, then there's 4, and then there's 5. So if you think about how he built that square, he was starting on the corner and going forward like 4 times and then reversing, then forward 4 times, then reversing, and then forward 4 times. And he was doing that over and over again. This time we have 1 brick, but then when he moves, he got 2, and then he's got 3, and then he's got 4, and then he's got 5. So each time he goes around the loop, he's laying 1 more brick, moving forward 1 more square, and reversing 1 more square than he did last time. So I want you to think about the code I've written here and how you might edit it using a variable. And in particular, you're going to need to think about the use of this part of the code and change at some point the variable so that it is bigger, because he'll go forward 1 and lay a brick and then come back. But then on the next run, he'll do it 2. And then on the next run, he'll go 3. And then on the next run, he'll go 4. Now, I'm not going to give you the solution in this video, because I really want you to think and try and break down the problem, or what we call in computing decompose. And I want you to see if you can handle it. So I will leave what I've got on the screen there. If you want to use some of this, pause it now and have a look and see if you can do that. That's the square, remember. I want you to create a new one of these, which will be kind of similar nature to this, but remember we're now trying to create a triangle. So I might call this triangle, and now I want the code in here so that when I write triangle, we draw a triangle. So that's your challenge. That's what I want you to have a go at. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to come back to you now here. 1 second. Ooh, there we go, we're back. And I want you to have a go at that. Pause your video now, have a go at that, and like I say, in the next video I will start with the solution to that for you. But really it's about having a go and getting a bit stuck and trying to flesh your way through the problem. And if you are in class, teacher might give you some guidance. And if you're working at this at home because you've installed Minecraft EDU, then good luck, and wait for the next video for a bit more support and guidance as to how that works. So good luck with those challenges. Enjoy. Until next time, take care.